So I really feel like I need to get on here live to answer this question because it would never make sense to me why men don't understand this part. Okay. First of all, I don't feel like it's a woman's space to teach a man. Men should learn from other men, but clearly most of y'all like talking about women instead of fixing men. So you always end up under a woman's post. But I digress. So he asks, if the man is absent, who else do you blame? As far as me saying that a single mom is the same as an absent father. So why do men choose to mention the single mother when blaming them for anything? We're not just going to say the YNs. Anything they could blame single mothers for, they will. But this is why you could blame the absent father. Because just because you left does not mean the duties of a man are no longer there. Which means that if a child needs his mother and his father to raise them, I'm using hand motion because I want the male species to understand. If you need both parents to raise a child, just because you left does not mean your duties as a father disappears. It means that you are just not there to do it. It means that the child will not be balanced because it doesn't have the teachings of a father. I grew up with my mom and my dad. Okay? Cool. So you saying after I answer the question, which is what most men do, soon as you give them a good answer, they had to deflect once again. Now, instead of you saying, you know what, I get it. Now, oh, but what was the reason? Do it matter the reason you left? Because I need y'all to stop acting like it's the woman's fault all the time when you decide to leave. I mean, I like having real conversations. I don't even like using man. Man is the most basic term ever. I like to talk to good men, gods, kings, divine masculines. But when you dealing with a man, the conversation is so basic. You literally have to use your hands and motion in the hand for them to understand. Now, just because the man left once again does not mean that your duties as a father is no more. It means you left. I don't care if you left because the woman you couldn't deal with, okay? It was her fault that you left. Is it her fault that you abandoned the child? No, because most men, my dad, I didn't say my mom and my dad was in the same household. No. My mom and my dad have never lived together since my birth. But my father has never been an absent father. He loved me that much. He still took care of me. He still made sure he was in my life. He is actually a hero in my eyes. I didn't need to wake up and my daddy was in the house. My daddy did not drop his duties as a father. He loved me so much that that was something my mother could not even, he wasn't allowing that. So because you decide to leave once again, does not mean that your duties as a father is no more. I hope that's a pretty good example for y'all. Okay. Some of y'all, let's be real, most of y'all might got kids the same age, different mothers. So we're not gonna act like it's always the single mother fault. A lot of y'all has no intentions of staying. And let me tell you what a simple minded man would say. Oh, but she gotta choose better. This why there's no winning when it comes to having a conversation with the man. A man is the most basic thing out here. Just like a woman just being a woman is basic. If you're not a good woman, a queen, a divine feminine, or at least consider yourself a goddess, moving in that energy, then you are just basic, just a woman, and that sucks. Or you're just a man. But women and men understand differently. A king and a queen conversation hits differently. A guy and a goddess conversation hits differently. There's some things I don't have to touch on because it's not basic anymore. The conversation isn't basic when you talking to a man who knows what's going on. So that example I hope works for you. My dad was never in the household with my mother. Never. And he never ever was absent in my life. That's no excuse, okay? So all I was saying, if you are a man, hold men accountable. Absent fathers are the reason for YNs. You do not always have to say a single mother is the reason for a YN because balance is required in everyone's life. You don't get to drop the duty because you decided to leave. A lot of y'all have more than one baby mother, just like women have more than one baby father. But for some reason, you guys are so thirsty to blame women. Once again, you you just can't. It's something about your brain that all it wants to do is hold people accountable outside of you. That's why when most of the time you have a conversation with a man, it just continue to go in a circle, 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 circle. You have a conversation with a king, you sitting there in awe, like, I love this dude. I just love the way he think. So I had to come on here and really answer that question because I'm not gonna put no long paragraph. And I'm also not gonna go back and forth with you when the math is 1 plus 1 equals 2 because I am dealing with the man. That math is simple. This is not trigonometry. It's not. That math is easy. And for a man, blaming is easy. So that is what you're going to go to. Just like women, a woman who cannot hold herself accountable, you cannot have a conversation with her. Barely. Because she going to find a way to blame a man. So before I close out, because I haven't went live in probably forever, but I'm gonna be doing this regularly now on my YouTube page because I'm really not gonna be on any other social media other than TikTok because I love my TikTok followers because most of them are spiritual and they get me, you know. Here I haven't molded this page into that, and that's probably why when I first started the live it was like 30 people, and then when I started speaking facts it got a little less. I don't care. I'm not here for validation. Most of the people who follow you, they don't even like you. Secondly, Most of them don't follow you, but they got that notification on. They don't want to give you the credit. They don't want to be held accountable, but they do want all that you have to give. I call them confused admirers. Because low key, you're obsessed. Let's be real. But back to the topic. Just because you leave does not mean that that child didn't need you. Now, I know that you may not know this, but there's a certain age where the child is best with the dad because it's time for you to take him out, teach him things. You know, like they used to do, take the kid out in the woods. Now it's time to learn to fight, fish, stuff dads do, you know? But most of y'all, you drop your duty and you chase the booty. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But my dad, he wasn't going when it came to his baby. Most of y'all, you couldn't wait to go and when it came to your baby. That's the difference between a basic man and a king, a divine masculine, a god. See, you thought it was only men out here. And that's why a lot of you women pick through the bullshit. It's not. The more you pour into you, the more you're gonna require next to you. And that's just the truth. Okay. So my next video I'll be speaking about. I don't know, because I just flow with the universe, okay? But it's never okay for you to just leave your child dangling. I'm sorry. Because if I'm going to be completely honest, I feel like the absent father is more responsible for the YNs because YNs are what? They're male, right? Hmm. So the part that's missing is what they needed from Dada. It's what they needed from Dad. So just because you left, don't mean he didn't need his daddy to put him in his place sometime, to show him how to treat women, to teach him how to express his emotions without, y'all like to call them being soft. I don't know. But I also know some kids who were raised by single mothers and they pretty great. They smart. They loving. And they know that the last thing they want to do is see their mother struggle the way she did, maybe to raise them. Or maybe they saw how strong of a mom they had, that to the point where they going to always love their mom. And that's why a lot of kids, if you talk to them, they'll say it out their mouths like, as soon as I get rich, I'm going to make sure my mama good. Woo, woo, woo. Everybody don't turn to a YN now, okay? Because I'm not surrounded by YNs. But I do know some single mothers. I don't know a lot of single fathers. I'm sorry. So that means y'all leave more than moms do. So you do not get to blame the parent that stayed. I feel like that got a lot to do with retardation. I swear. I feel like a lot of y'all slow. If you immediately blame a mother for staying and not you for leaving, and just because you got a reason you left, maybe y'all two didn't work out. Does that mean the child is not there? Or y'all, everybody want to act like, oh, she put me out. Oh, she found another. Shut the. I mean, look. If all you got is excuses when it comes to your child, and it was that simple for you and the mother to end up in some type of dispute, for you to leave. You were never without a condom material. You should never be raw dogging. Now I blame the woman for that. God. But anyway, it feels good to actually be back. Thank you to everyone that's here. We don't play the blame game on this page. If you cannot hold yourself accountable, leave now. Unfollow. I'm not here for the followers. If I cared about the followers and how many I had, I wouldn't even be on this page. Huh? Weak men will only get upset here. Weak women will only get upset here. Because I operate in right and wrong. I don't care what genitals you have. Okay? Women are not always right. Men are not always right. So if you're on the side of right, you do not care if it's woman or man. And that is ethical. You feel me? I mean, in my world, at least. And it is Kenya. So ethical. Okay? Okay, have a good day. And let me scan the comments and see if I want to take time out to curse anybody else. Okay, cool. I don't.